Alright, doing a little recap of my first month or so with Unreal. I did this once before, but I didn't narrate it, and I probably should have. So this is one of the first things I learned. I'm not good with book learning. I get bored too easy just sitting there listening to somebody drone on and take notes. I do better with just jumping in and doing things, and as I do things, I understand them. I was a computer science major back in the day, and the same thing. I'd listen to the teacher drone on, and I wouldn't get shit until we went to the computer lab. That's how old I am. We had to go into the computer lab to work on computers because we didn't have our own. That's how old I am. But yeah, this was one of the first things I did just to learn some shit, how to put some objects in the world. Everything looks at me. I'll probably use that in a game someday. That idea that you can make all the objects stare at you. That's pretty cool. And then just as an added thing, if I bump into one, they turn blue. But that's about all this was. So not all that impressive, but you know, it was a start. It was the first thing I ever did, you know. So like, you gotta start somewhere. And then we did some more learning blueprints and behaviors and how to make shit work in the game world. So this is kind of the second project I did. This whole square, this is like a default thing that comes with the level. When you open a level with a third person character blueprint, you get the little robot to work with, so all your player controls are already in, and you can adjust them obviously. But this was just building some things. I imported the door. I didn't build the door, but imported the door, the frame and the door, two pieces. Hit E, opens the door, closes the door. I know it ain't that impressive, but to actually make it work takes a little bit. And then you can press E for this here pin pad. That was the whole thing, to learn how to put sockets, so it goes under the right socket. And we got like a damage health area. I got my health in the lower bottom. Should have probably made that green for health instead of blue. That damages it. That heals it. It's kind of a health healing box. Kind of cool. And then we imported this ball in that thing just to show off this emitter effect, sprite emitter. Whoops. Yeah, that'll happen too. If one of those hit me, I ragdoll down and then respawn back in. If I make a goal, it'll go pachoo, and then the ball will respawn. Yeah, after I get knocked down, I run sideways. But yeah, and then if these hit me, I ragdoll out and then spawn back in. Pow. And then it'll pop back in a second. Yeah. Pow. So just learning how to make them rotate in different directions. And for some reason, there's a bug in this code, so after I get knocked down, I run sideways, and I don't know why. But whatever. This is just, again, probably the second week of learning shit with this engine. Then we made a horror game. These will get more impressive as I go, hopefully. I don't know why you're watching this anyway, but if you are, cool enough. Let me close that, because that's too loud in the background. This cat just opened my door. So this was, we were going to make a horror game, but the guy didn't have all the assets, so I couldn't complete the project. But what I did make is myself walking around noise, which is too loud in the game. It doesn't sound very good, but it shows how you can attach a sound to your character. And then this just follows me around wherever I go. So again, kind of making an AI that follows you on the map wherever you go. And this was going to be a closet to hide in that you could walk up, hit E, and then it would put you in the closet and shut the door. E to pop you out of the closet, in the closet, out of the closet. That's about all that was, but he was missing some assets, so I couldn't finish the tutorial. So, but then this next one actually is a finished project, more or less. Where is it? Where is it? Target game, duh. So this one kind of worked out. So this one, the tutorial was just to make the target parts. I just kind of threw the environment together. And so you gotta hit all 10 targets. It's on a timer. If you don't do it by the timer runs out, you lose the game. So I'll lose the game for the first round here just to show a lose screen. But this effect on the targets, that's kind of cool. And my gun has a little smoke off the end, tracers from my bullets. They leave little marks on objects and stuff. And but that shatter effect is pretty tight. Break some of these into littler pieces. You know, that's pretty good little physics on that target. I like that. I might use that in a game. I'll shatter that apart. That's tight. Each time I'm going up in score, every target I hit raises the score up. You can tell I like the silver balls. I didn't know shit about environment building. This is just me dicking around and trying to just throw a basic little environment together. You know, 7. I'm gonna let the timer run out just so I lose. But yeah, I like the silver balls. They look nice. I just found this emitter effect and put it on a couple rectangles in the wall just to zhuzh up the place a little bit. I didn't spend that much time on it. It was mostly just to get the mechanics. But here you'll see the timer is going to run down. Oh no, not going to get all the targets before the timer runs out. And you lost. Do better. Play again, sucker. And then you get a replay going. And then this time I'll win the game. So 2. And again, just making the counter work was a whole logic, you know. Getting it all the fucking update and cow, and then one over here for the final one, and you won, motherfucker. Play again, sucker. So, you know, it ain't much, but it works. It's a working, functioning game. Yeah, so that's probably the first official functioning thing I made, so that was cool. Next, we have Castle Bushman. So we played with the environments a little bit on this one. Fucking maps. Game map. Alright, so put some environment work into this one, but the assets we downloaded were not optimized, so these blue flowers are just killing my frame rate in here. I don't know what's going on with those, but they look nice though. That's important. But yeah, I started to play with some environmental stuff. It doesn't look that good, you know. I just slapped some things in here. You can see most of the level looks like that. It's just blank, and that was me just learning how to sculpt environment. It wasn't meant to be anything super impressive looking. But I made these little arches with some blue light that doesn't have a source. They just kind of exist, but they cast a nice little blue light. But just to give kind of a player, you know, I made this path down the middle through the grass. Sort of a visual cue to go up the path and then come up to this little obstacle course we made. And if you get hit by any of the obstacles, and well, let's get hit by one. Boosh, you died. Do better. Otherwise, if you make it through the obstacle course, yeah, my frame rate just gets killed in the bottom here because I don't know what I'm doing yet. But up here it works all right. And I put these little stones as kind of like a little visual. This is where you can stand to be safe. You gotta jump over those. Oh shit. Oh, it kicked my body into the windscreen. So even though I died, it gave me the windscreen. That's funny, because the logic isn't programmed that if I die to kill the game. But we should be able to just do a windscreen. That's funny. I can't even beat the simplest game that I made. And then I won the game. But I don't have a kill. I didn't program a kill so you could still play. And lost the game too. And it just sent my body flying somewhere. I don't know. There you go. Kaboom! My frame rate again is just slaughtered. But it is what it is. You know, just learning some things. Learning how to do rotation on some objects and collisions. You know, it worked. But then we got into a little more environmental building. So this was the first environmental, where I actually tried to make it look like something. So Got this little area we made. Got the mountains in the background. Again, it started with just a blank slate of nothing. You know, put in the mountains in the background, put in the secondary mountains in the foreground, kind of. Got a little rise over there. Some trees, castle ruins over there. I got this little path over here. A big rock. I don't know how to place the rocks. Looks pretty good though. I got some flowers and shit. They look pretty good. If you look on the path, there'll be an occasional stick or two floating above it because I didn't place them very well. But some little rocks. You know, rocks. Had to place all the rocks you see, you know, by hand. So just every once in a while we got some rocks. Just try to make it look more natural. And then it comes up to over here, this little clearing, and there's a castle up there. I imported the castle. I'm not going to claim that I put that together, but it's all modular, so you can kind of pull it apart, put it together in different, you know, turrets and walls and whatever. But this is just more just to make the scene work, give it a focal point. And then I like this over here. This looks nice. This little edge right here. The water is not my favorite. It was just a placeholder. It's not even real. You know, I haven't gotten into the water systems of Unreal yet. They're a whole separate thing, but we'll be doing that. But we made mud on the shore, so it wasn't just grass to water. So it looks like a little muddy transition. You know, it's pretty cool. It's not bad for first swipe. You know, it's almost an illusion of an environment. Then let's see, we did another environment then. So yeah, and hopefully we get a little bit better with each project. You know, learn a few more things, get a little more fluid. See what works, what doesn't work. This one's taking a while. And then, where are my maps? What am I looking for here? The Hamlet. All right. So this is a little Hamlet scene we made. You can see getting a little better with the environment, a little more realistic. A little breeze in the trees, just a little, not nothing too crazy. Mountains in the background again. I don't like those as much as the last ones I had. Those are a little duller, but the water turned out way better. The reflections on the water. There you go, real-time reflections. It's casting those. See the tree reflections across the lake. That's pretty cool. I like how they made the water look kind of dirty. It's got shit floating in it. But yeah, you know, kind of made the rocky shoreline up to this little hamlet. You know, kind of place some assets around in here. A little workshop over here. Got the robot for scale. I know how big to make that. I imported that. I mean, I didn't make that house. I imported that. I did some work on it. Gave it some weathering. You know, put a little robot in here. You can see his little light shining, reflecting around in there. But you know, this is that same asset as that, but throw a couple things around the front. Looks like a different asset altogether. You know, some tools and shit. They look pretty good close up too. You know, it's pretty dope. Oops. And then you can break the scene. That's what it all looks like up here. You know. Let's see what's going on where I didn't do the level. But this one turned out all right. I mean, that's the water expanded underneath it. Yeah, even the grass is pretty tight. Yeah. So yeah, I like that one. Oh, and the other cool thing it shows how you control the light. So that's kind of in the evening, but bring the light up to more noon time. Now it kind of quite changes the outlook of everything. Now everything's all super bright. It's high noon. Water's a lot bluer. Yeah, I prefer the evening. The evening lighting just seems gives everything so much more dynamic, with a little shadow to it. But yeah, that one turned out okay. Not nothing that impressive, but each time it gets a little better. But yeah, that's about my first month in Unreal. Making progress, digging it. Thanks for watching.